Hi, I'm the Godless Engineer. Today, I'm wearing a shirt that I really can't wear out in public where I live. Yeah, that's right. I unlike Jesus. Fuck that guy. So today, I'm recording this video to respond to a pastor that actually admitted to slugging a child in the chest in order to, quote-unquote, wake him up or get his attention and get him to start respecting the Lord. So, it's a really short video where he confesses this. So I'll just play it in its entirety and then we'll go from there.
There was a young man in Calvary. His name was Ben. And I was running a youth group. I was there for a few years. And he was a nice kid, but he was one of those kids that was always he's a real smart aleck. Was a bright kid, which didn't help things, right? Made him more dangerous. And we were outside one day at youth group, and he was just trying to push my buttons, and he was just, kind of not taking the Lord serious. And I walked over to him, and I went, bam, bam, bam. I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid. I just crumpled him. And I leaned over and I said, Ben, when are you going to stop playing games with God? I led that man to the Lord right there. There's times that might be needed.
If I haven't heard of an assault and battery case before, this is clearly a case of that. I mean, okay, so first off, what he does is he says that the kid being bright or smart is dangerous. He kind of paints this picture that those that have an education or that are smart are somehow fucking dangerous. What the fuck is that about, right? People in general can be dangerous. I'll admit that. But just because you're smart doesn't mean that you're dangerous. Although, from his worldview, he would be dangerous. He's dangerous to their religion because he actually fucking thinks. Well, apparently not anymore because he slugged the shit out of him and knocked that brightness right the fuck out, didn't he? He seems really proud about this, doesn't he?
Bam! I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid. I just crumpled him. I led that man to the Lord right there. He really emphasizes that he slugged him in the chest and he crumpled him. He added that. That means, what that says to me is that he is very proud of the fact that he slugged a child in the chest, and apparently that's the work of God. Did you notice that there at the end? He says, when are you going to stop playing games with God? As if God moved into this asshole and caused him to slug this child in the chest. As if that was like the hand of God. It might as well have been God in the sky, fucking taking this guy's hand and going, "Ah, motherfucker, don't you dare disrespect me. Ah!" I hope this pastor feels like a big man. How else are you going to feel like a man without punching a child in the chest? Yeah, you can't act like a fucking adult. See, now that's the scary thing about this whole situation, is that he quote-unquote led him to God after slugging him in the chest. If I would have had one of these assholes slug me in the chest, fuck that, I am not going back there. There is no way that I would subject myself to continued punishment by a self-demonstrated asshole. And I gotta tell you, as a parent myself, if I would have heard that my kid, no matter the age, I don't care what fucking age you are, you slugged my kid in the chest for no good goddamn reason, you best believe that I'm knocking you into next Tuesday and you're gonna think that you're Jesus when you get there. I think it's really sad that this guy is like proud of himself. Proud that he knocked a kid in the chest, got him crumpled on the ground, and then walked over to him like, "Quit playing games with the Lord, son." That really speaks a lot to the power of your God. If you yourself have to physically abuse a child in order to get them to come to your religion. How about this? If the kid's bright, if the kid's asking questions, I don't care if he's being a smart aleck or not. You don't fucking hit another person's kid. I don't care what you're trying to lead them to.
Personally, I think this guy needs to be brought up on abuse charges or assault and battery. Some fucking charge, because, you know, you keep letting this go on. What is he gonna do next? Oh, if you don't tithe, I'm gonna slug you in the fucking mouth. So you best put that tenner right there, motherfucker. You know, if someone comes to him with a fucking problem, what is he gonna do? It's like, oh, that's a sin. Oh, 10 slaps on the face. Let me just get out my dick and dick slap you as well. Ah! I've been hit with twigs before. What's kind of ironic about this situation is that I'm not exactly sure if it's either before or after this particular event happened in his church, but he had a whole fucking sermon going on about how, you know, you don't need to judge people.
What they don't realize is that their judging, their condemning, actually condemns them. Look what it says in verse 2. It says, in verse 1, I'm sorry, for in passing judgment on another, you condemn yourselves.
Like, you don't need to judge him because he slugged a kid in the chest. Like, you don't need to judge it because if you judge him, then God judges you. So basically, he's standing up there and he's preaching to his congregation like, hey, don't judge me for slugging the kid. Don't judge me for assault and battery. No, God, he'll judge you right back, so don't you fucking dare. He does this as a way to validate his action, or basically for him to stifle his congregation's questioning of him. Because if you fucking question him, if you fucking judge him, then God's gonna judge you right back, twice as hard. This guy is a pile of shit, and I have no respect for big piles of shit. As a final note to close out this video, I would like to point out the similarities between his actions of trying to get this kid to, you know, see God or come to God or something like that is really fucking similar to how a lot of radical Muslims do it. I mean, it's pretty much either you convert to their religion or you're gonna die, or you're gonna face some kind of horrible punishment. Right now, you know, over there in the Middle East, there's actually an atheist activist that is going to be put through 1,000 fucking lashings because he spoke out against Islam. You may consider me to be wrong about this, but this guy's tactic of using violence in order to get people to come to his religion or get to take his religion seriously really does sound like, you know, radical Christianity or radical Islam, because, you know, the radicals in any group can be very dangerous. I'm the Godless Engineer. I hope you liked my critique of this asshole. It wasn't really much of a critique because he didn't really have any kind of foundation to stand on to begin with. Usually assholes don't. But anyways, like, comment below, let me know what you think about this asshole and his way of bringing people to God. Let me know exactly how many times you would punch this guy in the balls. And, of course, as always, don't forget to...